Good afternoon. Today I'd like to show you the benefit and usefulness of using Google Docs and Drive for a classroom setting. So first off, you want to make sure that you create a network between yourself and students. And a network of Gmail accounts. So that would consist of you making sure that your students all have Gmail email addresses and they've shared that information with you. You may test that with whichever method you wish by having everybody send you an email address, or you send everybody with all students giving back a response. It's up to you. But let's get started with the work and how we can make use of this platform. So first go on gmail.com, open up your Google Mail, and go to the top right corner. Over here you'll see this little icon with 9 squares. Click on it, and this little drop down thing is going to show you a bunch of Google softwares that are available for you to use. And normally it's very common to find Google Drive in the top over here. But if not, if you don't see it, then you can click on More to see more programs by Google. And if not even over here, then you can click on Even More from Google. And somewhere over there, you should be able to find this program that looks like this, called Drive. Let's click on that. In this format, you can do a lot of things. You can share, and that's the best thing about the program actually. Whatever software, folder, file, program, or anything that you share with anybody, it's also saved immediately, so you don't lose your data. So it's very easily shared, and it's very readily viewable, and it's never lost because always automatically whatever file you have is being saved. So let's get started with what we can do in a given classroom. Let's first get started by creating our own folder. You first right click over here, or you can double click and create a new folder. You can also upload files, we'll get to that soon. New folder. Let's call this class tech. Create. You can click on class tech. Now once over here into your folder, you can create a multitude of files that you can share with your students. So let's start with our first example, which is of Google Docs. Google Docs is like Microsoft Word, but enhanced in its own unique way. So like I was mentioning, you can save this very easily. I mean, it's being saved every given few seconds whenever you update your file. So let's say, for example, this is called assignment 1. So you see right here, saving. All changes saved in Drive immediately, just like that. It's very nice. You also want to make sure you have your title set up. So up here on the top left, click on this over here, and automatically it'll write your first few words as your title. And if you don't want it as such, you can simply backspace or press delete and type in your unique title. Title 1. Title 1 for assignment 1. Let's say, for example, let's pretend and say that this is a whole assignment with a lot of problems, and you want to share this with students. Now, what I'm going to do for this presentation is share this program with my other email address, and pretend that other email address is my student. So let's click on share over here in this blue icon on the top right. Press share, my other email address, falam@darnoor.org. It's right here. And I can choose to which limit I want this student to be able to view this file. So this student can edit this file, can comment, or only view. It's usually best the student can only view. Otherwise, if you have them edit, they may, cause some serious problems to assignment that you have saved for yourself, especially if it's, a core copy of yours. But even if it's not just one student, if you say, for example, decide to share to 30 students, it's best to click on Can View Alone right here. And over here, you can add on as many other students as you wish. I'll add some other email addresses of mine, just in case, just as an example. f.alam@isa.org. You know, alam@nau.edu. So let's pretend these are a lot of students. I can add a note that would be shared with all the students as well once I send this off to the students. Say, please complete this assignment by Sunday, 11:55 p.m. FA. And now let's just press send. Remember, it's on view. You want to always double check this to make sure you don't screw up. Send. And if there are any students that don't have access to they don't have a Google account, sorry, this little notification will come up. FLM.NA.edu, you guys know, uses Outlook as its software, so it's simply going to get a notification to create a Gmail. Now let's go to my other email address, which is right here. See what I've gotten over here. Look, Title 1, Invitation to View. This is the name of the assignment. Click on that, and I can see the other classmates that I was shared with right here, cc'd falm.isa.org, falm@na.edu. So if I want to, please, this is the note that was shared by me. Please complete the assignment by Sunday, 11:55 p.m. FA. Very direct, very precise, very straightforward. Student can't mess this up. Click on Open in Docs. And here I have the assignment. Assignment 1. And I can, as a student, copy and paste this. Control C. Just open up a Word file. And I've pasted whatever content was in the Google document to my other Word file so that I can freely edit it and answer the questions that may have been asked. So here we go. Now let's test another thing, see how quickly the information can be shared. So let's go to the original document that I used as the teacher, not as a student when viewing this. See, right here is my teacher email address, faizan92alam@gmail.com. Let's say question 1, question 2. It says right here, saving, all changes saved in Drive. Immediately, my student can view whatever changes I've made. See? Question 1, question 2. It's very convenient. And if necessary, I can chat with whoever is currently viewing this file as well. This icon over here next to the share shows which student is viewing this document. And if there are other students viewing this document at the same time, you'll see more of these like icons representing each person's Google account. Faizan, whatever, however many other students there are, they're also viewing this. So let's X out of this. Let's go to example number 2. So over here you see my first file created, title 1. And I can go back to this anytime. Assignment 1, question 2. Always saved, you don't need to worry about that. Let's create a second example, a second assignment. Let's use Google Excel. Let's say I have a math assignment I want to share with my students. Put in the title, Unit 5. And I want my students to give me a sum of these questions. 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50. Just pretend this is a very complicated assignment for my students. And I can share this with my students, again, using the same format. Go over here, I can enter the name or email addresses. So alam@darnoor.org. And again, make sure you don't forget this, or you want to make sure that they don't simply just edit. Ideally, usually, I mean, obviously you can structure a class however you wish, but you want to make sure that this is under the can view option. Type in your note 1, and then send. Let's go to the student's email address. Shared, all changes saved. Look, student has a new email from the teacher. And here's the note 1 by the teacher. Unit 5 is the name of the document. Click in Open in Sheets. Here's my assignment. 50, 50, 50. Add all this, and I can see that my teacher is viewing this assignment currently. Let's go back. Now this is another cool thing that I wanted to show you from the student's perspective. Let's say I created a program for my students, for my teacher. I did an assignment. The teacher assigned me to create a presentation. The presentation needed to be completed by Sunday, 11:55 p.m. The night before a big presentation is due. So over here, I can create my own document through Google Slides, which is like Google Presentation. Sorry, Microsoft PowerPoint. And here, under my student email address, after I give it a title, Civil War History. The name of this presentation is Battles in the Civil War by Ulysses S. Grant. Let's pretend that this has many more slides and is a complete presentation. I can also customize my PowerPoint however I wish. Say it's like this. Looks a little funny. This looks better. And I can share this with my teacher. Faizan92alam@gmail.com. And then a teacher should be allowed to, if not edit, at least comment the program. So, constructive criticism. And then send it off. Never mind that. Now let's go to my original email address, the teacher's email address. So now the teacher has received a homework assignment by the student at 1:24 p.m. You can click over here, View, to quickly go to it, or open it up from here. Open in Slides. I can see my student's work. Battles in the Civil War by Ulysses S. Grant. So this is the great thing about Google Drive, is that you can share documents very quickly, readily, and efficiently, and it'll have very few loopholes for students to play around with. The only excuse that a student can possibly have, if not having done the assignment, is, I didn't have access to the technology, other than I was sick, family emergency, what have you. But otherwise, you can't say stuff like, oh, I forgot to save my document, or oh, I forgot my paper at home. No, this is all readily available and makes things very efficient for a classroom, and complementary to a classroom. So I hope you